Peter says justice has lost out to politics, largely caused by highly biased media coverage. Or Hong Kong has lost the media war, partly because the Hong Kong government's media and communication strategy is outdated and most officials are unavailable for public debates, partly because of outright news media bias against the government. The pan-democratic camp and their supporters basically monopolised the streets, social media, local and international news organisations. Anyone who openly expresses a different view is verbally attacked, harassed and free game for full-out doxing on social media by teenage keyboard warriors and trolls, the Western version of China's Wu Mao. TV clips, photos, posters and other social media posts have been chosen and edited to maximise anger. Very questionable situations during the protests have been set up for cameras to generate outrage, media attention, sympathy and a sense of victimhood for the protesters. Hong Kong people who signed the petition in support of the extradition legislation, like me, a European expat who calls Hong Kong his home for the past 25 years, will not come out to protest or discuss their view in public or on social media because of the harassment it will entail. The last time I posted my support online, the so-friendly, peace-loving protesters told me to commit suicide. Now, it is all about feelings and perceptions, not about facts or rational arguments. The party who shouts the loudest and can generate the most outrage and social media posts receives the most media attention and can shape public perception, or call it populism. All on the sole basis that the protesters' feelings, moral values, ideas and political views are so much better than those of others. Hong Kong now has its own version of the Red Guards holding court over Carrie Lam, largely incited by the Pandems and propelled by the support from overseas governments and NGOs. It doesn't matter what Carrie Lam or the Hong Kong government will do or say, they will not accept any compromise. No apology, even a total capitulation will be enough. Nothing short of a total character assassination of Carrie Lam will satisfy the Hong Kong Red Guards. Protesting teenagers and secondary school students want to decide her fate. First, they will demand public self-criticism, then they will demand total self-humiliation, then they will demand her execution. In Carrie Lam's case, most likely they will try and get her to leave Hong Kong. However, all the criticism is an attack on the CE office and the Hong Kong government, its institution, Gene Sharp textbook style. Once they're done with Carrie Lam, any other government official or police officer will be fair game. Then they will set their sights on the mainland government and Xi Jinping, because it doesn't matter what 1.4 billion Chinese think north of the border. Beyond suspending the extradition bill, no other Western government will contemplate to give it to the additional demands from the protesters. But for Hong Kong, this seems to be expected without hesitation. This has nothing to do with democracy. To me, one of the major drivers for this reaction is that most Hong Kong protesters and many Westerners hold the belief that they are morally superior to mainland China and its people. It's driven by the decade-old brain-dead stereotyping, no matter what the Hong Kong government or mainland China proposes, must be evil. The pan-democratic camp loves to amplify those feelings because this aids their political goals. That nearly another million people signed a petition in support of the extradition bill and many other Hong Kong citizens hold a different view is largely ignored and suppressed. The spread of misrepresentations and doxing of anyone who holds a different view will have a long-lasting chilling effect. It may be part of the overall strategy, because who wants to take up any government position, run for office or join any pro-government party under these conditions? There is some more, but Peter, thank you very much indeed for that.